What a way for Ray to get back at the farmers and to get back at the demons. Ray, you got balls. You got balls made of steel, because I couldn't do that. This man lit himself on fire. I thought Norman had some fucking steel balls, but I'm sorry, Norman, but you have nothing on what Ray did. What this man Ray just did in this chapter was like the biggest fuck you could do to the entirety of this farm. The man is like, I've been around for 12 years. I've been becoming the cream of the crop. I've been trying to get to the top. And after all of these years, after all of this careful planning, I can take it all away from them. How pissed off do you think they're gonna be after all of these years when I'm about to be taken by them? I take it away from them. That is such a big fuck you. When the man just pours lighter fluid all over him, lights himself on fire. That shit is holy fuck. Wow, Ray. Like, I'm sad that you died, but I gotta admit, what a way to go out. Like, that is probably one of the most metal and savage / badass ways to go out, especially in this series, because that is such a fuck you. And I love his line of what he says. Am I produce? Am I the cream of the crop? No, fuck labels. I am a fucking human. Take that, eat that, you turds. And the man lit himself on fire, and I'm like, yo! Like, fucking yo! What Ray did was just so badass because of his line of saying, I am a human. That entire sentence fits so perfectly, because that's probably what the demons and the farmers did not factor in when it comes to this entirety of raising kids to eventually turn them into food. Because think about it like this, okay? The kids, if they ever became aware that they were going to be killed off, I mean, what better way to just give them a fuck you if they can't run away? Like, if they can't run away and they're forced to die, what better way to give them a middle finger than by killing yourself? I mean, ruining the entirety of the product. Think about it. That is the perfect way to do it. And in all honesty, the way Ray went out is a perfect representation of humans. We are very spiteful creatures that will do anything to get our way or to really just piss someone off before we go. And what Ray did was a really good emotion of how humans are and how we will go so far to ruin anything or burn anything to the ground to get what we want or to spite someone to the very bitter end. Ray, great man. Great man, Ray, doing what you did. I'm sad you died. I am. But I gotta admit, you're badass as fuck. So, Ray is dead. Norman might be dead. He might not. So, all that is left is Emma. Then there was only one. Who would have thought? I mean, I kind of figured that's kind of what would have happened earlier on with the manga series, that, you know, Emma or Ray or Norman, one of them would be the only ones to survive throughout the entire ordeal of escaping the farm, but Emma apparently is the only one that's going to be able to get out. Now, we do know that she's going to probably initiate her plan to get the other kids, the toddlers, Dawn and Gilda and all them out, but Norman and Ray are no longer with them. At the very least, we know Ray is dead. Like, that man dead. Like, he dead. Like, I'm sorry, man poured himself in lighter fluid, lights the entire room on fire, man dead. Like, he dead as fuck. And if he's not dead, he will be very soon, because he's burning. He's burning alive right now. So, man dead. There's just, I would call extreme bullshit if somehow he survives. Like, I really would. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, this is a shonen. Maybe there's, like, some form of abilities or something. That's a potential possibility. From what we've seen so far from the series, I haven't been led to believe that. So, I'm going to assume that Ray is a normal human being, and he's going to die. He's dead as fuck. So, Ray is, at the very least, officially dead. Norman, possibility he's still alive. So, right now, though, just Emma is by herself. And everybody that kind of initiated this entire plan to escape is gone besides Emma. And I'm just like, this is kind of sad, because when you think about it, did we ever think that it would be the main trio, like the main trio of the series would probably be Emma, Dawn, and Gilda? Because when we started this series, we assumed that they were going to get out and all that. We were going to have, Ray, Norman, and Emma get out. Those three did make it out, and the toddlers had to be sacrificed. I assumed that those three would be the main three characters. But who would have thought that Ray and Norman would have died, and Dawn and Gilda would take their spot? It's kind of sad when you think about it. Regardless, though, they're escaping. Next chapter is going to probably be an insane chapter. Like, it's probably going to be one of the best chapters. Easily. Because of what this chapter left us on. The conclusion of this chapter is like, yo! So, I'm curious. I'm really curious to see how Emma is going to be able to carry on and move forward after this. Because she just saw pretty much her brother burn himself alive right in front of her. Like, she legit just saw this man burn himself alive. That's traumatic as fuck. Like, that's gonna cause some trauma. That's gonna seriously cause some trauma when you see your own, basically your brother, burn alive in front of you willingly just to give a middle finger. That's gonna fuck with your head a little bit. So I could see Emma having a little bit of scars once everything is said and done. If she does get out of here, I could see this really scarring her because of what she just witnessed. But also when the children are escaping and, seeing everything that's probably going in HQ, the farms, all that, getting across the bridge of an outside world, just there's gonna be a lot of things that are gonna scar these kids. But oh my god, just Emma, what she just witnessed though, that's probably gonna be something she's gonna carry with herself for a long time. That's probably gonna be its own separate arc, with her coming to terms with the loss of Ray. I could easily see that being an arc, or a big character development arc for Emma, just because of the way that was done. But anyways, though, Ray, this man, he made Molotov cocktails. So, damn. That man really prepped up for the end game. Like, that man was ready to be a pyromaniac. Like, that man went in. Burnt himself, causing a house to go on fire, made Molotov cocktails to sling into the other farms to start fires, to spread out the security and all of that. This man just went on a pure-on savage spree throughout this chapter. And I'm just curious now. Will Emma have the strength to walk forward? That is what I'm curious about. You see, what I'm worried about now is Emma breaking down, crying, and not even knowing what to do. Now, I know she understands what she needs to do. I know she understands if she doesn't get out of there, everybody's going to die. And what Ray did would be all for in vain, and so would Norman's effort, even if Norman is still alive or not. The point stands is, I wonder if Emma's going to be able to pick herself up and move forward after losing both of her brothers, her best friends. I wonder if she will be able to try to initiate the escape plan, or something else will happen. I mean, I could see something else probably unexpected happening maybe in the next chapter. Maybe Isabel pops up, Emma's like, Ray's dead or whatever, he's burning, and Isabel's in absolute shock, and she doesn't even know what to do. I could just see something like that happening, but regardless though, it's looking like it's going to be a very intense next couple of chapters, just because of the way this concluded. So yeah. Can you believe it? Ray died. My god, holy shit. I figured there was only going to be one death of the main trio, maybe two. Wow. I can't believe Ray sacrificed himself. What we all thought about his character and all that, what he might do, he sacrificed himself. He died. But not in the way we thought. He burnt himself. Holy shit. Ray, you will be missed as a character. I will miss you, because there's just no way I think you should be able to come back after this one. So, you had a good run. You had a good backstory. You had a lot of planning. 12 years of planning. Well, 6 years of planning, but he knew about the previous 6. So, let's just count 12 years, okay? So, the man knew about pretty much everything since the very beginning of his life. So, all of this careful planning, all of these years and all that, just to go out like he did, I gotta admit, it's probably one of his, most lit moments throughout the entirety of his journey. Pun definitely intended. So, yeah. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I love you all so much. I'm just in absolute shock this man did it. Please be safe. Chibi out.